Okay, so now that we've finished the implement risk responses in the 6th edition of the PMBOK here in the Crowd Training's PM City, let's go through and review the inputs, outputs, tools, and techniques. First, starting with the inputs, and as almost always, we have our project management plan, and I like to draw my project management plan as a file folder because that contains all the different plans for our project. So in this case, probably the risk management plan is most important, because if we're going to carry out our responses to how to manage the risks of the project, well, that risk management plan is going to be there. But also, too, other plans could be of importance. So you could have, the quality plans and the schedule plans and the cost management plans. All those different plans are part of your project management plan, and of course would be an input to this process. Secondly, you're going to have a series of documents, and those documents ideally are going to be of good use, like the risk register, which is going to be your list of all the different risks, and also how you've analyzed them in your qualitative and quantitative, your stakeholder register, and other documents like lessons learned, risk reports, etc. And there could be templates and guidelines and how you should go about pulling off these various different implementation strategies, how you're going to transition the risks that you've thought you should go about or how you should respond to it into the actual. So I'm going to just kind of draw a binder that has a bunch of templates, maybe scheduling templates that you're using to help you implement and make certain that the resources work well. So that's your organizational process assets. And that are the inputs. Now, let's go to the tools and techniques. Tools and techniques, well, there's a lot of skills to help kind of manage it, to implement it. That means maybe your skills to be able to lead, to direct, to guide, to hear what's going right, what's going wrong, how things are working. That also includes the rest on your team to be able to kind of push things forward, implement the changes that we are setting out to do. And well, yeah, pretty wild haircut there, but it is doing the implementation. You're actually putting what you wanted to do in motion. So it is your now I've drawn a lot of people, but it is your interpersonal skills and also those of your team, so your team skills that we will employ here. Also, we're probably using some kind of software or system, and I'll just kind of draw a computer here that here's my screen and maybe my little mouse. Give me a mouse pad too. And what we mean here is a project management information system, or PMIS for short. So think about any kind of program that you're using to help monitor, to track. It could be something as easy as a Jira software or SharePoint, or it could be something elaborate like a Microsoft project, or maybe something specialized particularly for risk management. And then a lot of times when you implement, you're going to have to use your subject matter expertise. I'm going to just kind of show thinking here, and kind of looks like he's picking his nose more than thinking, but you have experts on your team who are going to think things through, who are going to help guide you, and that is your expert judgment. And those are your tools and techniques. So pretty simple. Now, keeping moving here, we're going to move on to the outputs. Well, the outputs should be implemented risks, responses, and with luck that is going to change things and make sure that, or hopefully we don't no longer have an issue, or if it's a positive risk, that good things have happened from it. So the documentation that is recording this and tracking this and keeping light of it all should be updated. And then sometimes too, we may find that what we're doing is maybe not working and needs a change, or maybe it is working too well that we should, we should do this to all the other similar things that need our attention in terms of risk management. So there could be changes that are requested as a result. So change request is the other one. So this is a pretty simple, straightforward process of the input, output, tools, and techniques standpoint. Because a lot of what we've done here in the risk management is figuring out what our risks are, but then putting good plans in place. So then in this case, it's just executing our responses, whether it is proactive, meaning we're doing it before it becomes something major or an issue, or we're seeing a possible benefit and we want to try to influence or kind of gear ourselves towards that benefit, or it is in reaction to some event or realization of a risk. And that is a quick review from the crowd training in the 6th edition PMBOK.